I'm sure you have a lot of questions.
How are you, sir?
Nate, it's Friday. And I couldn't be better. You know why? Because we survived the week. And now it's the weekend. And now we get to do what everybody loves to do all weekend long.
I should be in my pajamas right now.
I thought you were in your pajamas.
No.
You look like a cholo. Are you a cholo? Lean like a cholo.
My socks aren't too high, though.
Oh, no, you're definitely not down.
I'm not down anymore.
Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Jimmy with Tropicana Golf. And this gentleman to my right, your left, is Mr. Nate. Nate, we need like a nickname for you. Because like liquor store Nate, just
I never gave myself that nickname.
what does like your wife call you?
Can't
Or
tell
maybe
you
we
that.
don't want to know that.
Can't tell you that.
We need to give you a nickname. If you have a good nickname for Nate, let us know. Because Nate, I think Nate deserves a nickname. Nickname Nate.
No.
We got to think of something for you. Because like liquor store Nate is just not the gas.
What's wrong with Nate?
Yeah, but there's a lot of Nates.
Not really.
No, there are.
No.
I know a lot of Nates. If I say Nate, they'll be like, "Oh, Nate who?" Like we got to know. Like
The Nate.
the Nate?
The Nate. No.
No. Well, we'll think about it. But anyway, this is my friend Nate. I'm just gonna call you Nate.
It works.
Nate is the proprietor. I love the word proprietor.
I know you do.
It means owner, but like in the Western times, you know,
Sole proprietor.
like Doc Holliday and all that, like the Western era, they'd be like, he's the proprietor of the blacksmith location or whatever. But I love the word proprietor. Anyway, he's the proprietor of.
What's your nickname, Jaime?
Oh, I have too many. You threw me a curveball there. He's the proprietor of San Dimas Liquor and Freeway Liquor. San Dimas Liquor is located on, watch this, I know it, Valley Center and Arrow Highway in San Dimas.
Perfect.
Freeway Liquor, I don't have a goddamn idea where it is.
Yeah, you do.
I've been there a bunch of times.
Of course you
It's
do.
off of a freeway, the 10
Yeah.
freeway?
10 and Vincent.
10 and Vincent.
Yep.
What city is that?
That's West Covina.
West Covina. And that's a great store. I've been in there a few times. And is it bigger than San Dimas Liquor?
It's a lot bigger. They sell a lot more things as far as like general market stuff.
Okay.
We-
So it's like a little supermarket in there.
It's-
From what?
I would call it like a junior mini market.
A junior mini.
No,
Yeah.
it's not a junior mini market.
That is like really,
it's like a
really
liquor
small.
store with market stuff.
Like toilet paper and soap
Yeah.
and all that.
Yeah.
Speaking of toilet paper and soap and all that, are you coming tomorrow to our blowout sale at VBM Janitorial Supply?
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of stuff in there that I think that you can use for your
I heard they have that good Bob Hope soap.
Dun, 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 dun.
Complimentary.
Anyway, listen. Nate owns San Dimas Liquor on Valley Center and Arrow Highway in the city of San Dimas, and Freeway Liquor on Vincent and the 10 Freeway in Covina.
West Covina.
West Covina. You just told me that. And I think that, I go to San Dimas more often, but I think that Freeway Liquor is just as nice, if not maybe.
I love the store. I love the area. West Covina, it's not that far away from San Dimas or even Glendora.
Right.
But it's a completely different world.
I
It's
know
a
that.
whole different world.
So-
Completely different demographic and everything.
Yeah, well, it's a whole different city. World.
It's a whole different world,
World.
man.
I know that you're new, but you see this thing that you're holding?
Yeah.
We want to just put it a little bit. There you go. I know you got that cat tail on your chin, but we want to just put it. I don't want it to get caught in the fibers of the. We got to be able to hear that voice. So anyway, Mr. Proprietor, liquor store, and if you watched the last episode, Nate was on. What was that? I have no idea, Nate.
We were on
week,
everything
month?
that episode.
Was that a month, a year, 6 months? How long ago?
No, man. That was about
3 months ago.
no way.
I don't know.
6 weeks.
6 weeks.
About 5-6 weeks, maybe.
So 6 weeks ago, I had Nate on just to chat. I think it was a Friday night. Who knows? But we wanted to just talk a little bit, and I wanted to have Nate on. And I said, Nate, let's come up with an idea. It was just spur of the moment. And I threw together an idea because everything that I think of goes back to like golf related, you know, because that's my world. So I always think like how to improve the golf experience. And I know that a lot of us, when we play golf, we like to have some beverages. And sometimes it's not convenient to go to a liquor store or a supermarket and walk out with a 24 pack or a 30 pack of beer or a giant handle of tequila. And then where do we put it? How do we keep it cold? How do we manage to get it all on the course without the marshal screaming at us? So like it's a whole thing. So I said, Nate, can you put together something for me so that my experience at the golf course will be facilitated, enjoyable, but also facilitated where I can just show up somewhere, pick it up, go play. I don't have to lug it around. It fits in my bag. It's very convenient. It's ready to go. So we came up with something just on the fly. And I thought, let's do 4 beers, 4 shots, 4 cigars. And let's call it what? The 4-pack, pun intended. The 4-pack.
F-O-R-E.
F-O-R-E pack, the 4-pack, to keep it on brand with the golf. So it was an idea. And halfway through the conversation, I forgot about it, but it resonated with you.
Oh, yeah. When I say I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it.
And Nate decided that this was going to be his project. And I applaud you for what is coming next. So should we reveal this?
I'm ready if you are.
Can we get that drummer? Where's that drummer for the drummer?
Are you guys ready back there?
These guys, man, they're never ready.
Always sleep. It's like a cemetery.
Here we go. On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
Let's go.
Ladies and gentlemen, we present to you the Tropicana 4-pack in collaboration with Dimas Liquor and Freeway Liquor. What a beautiful bag.
I'm proud of it.
It is absolutely gorgeous. You have the Tropicana 4-pack with the golf ball. Here you have 1, 2, 3, 4 cans of a substance. It could be beer. It could be something else. It's kind of a surprise, but it's good.
That's the magic of it. You know what? It's not always going to be the same.
That's what I like. You're
know
not
what I
going to
mean?
get the same thing over and over.
It's all going to be the same at once. But once
Right.
we're out,
We refill it.
we're going to refill it with something else.
I love it. So we have the 4.
Which one are we opening, first of all?
Well, let's talk about what's on the bag first.
Sure.
This is like, you know, when you do one of those, what do they call those things?
I'm thirsty.
They call them unboxings.
Oh, all right.
You know how they talk about everything?
Yes.
This is an unboxing, Nate. So you have the 1, 2, 3, 4 cans, and then we have the little bottles because those are 4 shots. Absolutely brilliant. And then down below we have 1, 2, 3, 4 cigars. So you have your full package.
Wow,
you have your drink, you have your shot, and you have your cigar. Now, the thought was you usually play golf with 4 people. It's a foursome.
Absolutely.
So now you can show up to the course and be prepared to share with your partner and or your playing partner.
Mm-hmm.
If your playing partner doesn't show up, it's a better day for you because now you have theirs.
Exactly.
It's a win-win.
Or even if it's just a twosome, it'll be a happy twosome.
It's exactly right. It's a win-win. It's like betting
Can't go
double
wrong.
zero.
You can't go wrong, and they're always going to be affordable.
Yeah.
And we're going to have...
Here's the thing, Nate.
Yeah.
It's convenience.
It's very
okay?
convenient.
What
And
I
it's never
hate
garbage.
Well, yeah. Convenience meaning I don't want to go to the course and start having to buy beers and shots and cigars. Like, it's done. It's the most brilliant thing I've ever seen. Like, it's just done. You go in, this is ready to go. You pick it up on a Friday night or a Saturday morning before your round, or if you play golf on Tuesday afternoon, who cares? You go in, you pick this up, you get it ready, you bring it, you put it in your cart, done. Like,
you know
it's
what's
a wrap.
really, really great about it as well? We're going to keep these cold.
Yeah.
So you don't have to worry about ice. You don't have to worry about cups. You don't have to worry about anything.
Nothing.
They're going to be cold, ice cold, ready to go
I love
for
it.
tea time.
You show up, you buy this, you take it to the course. Now you have a great little token to, and all your friends are going to be like, holy smokes, dude. Like, that dude showed up prepared. Finally, for once.
Yeah. And
He's
you don't
prepared.
have to litter. You can just use the bag.
Exactly.
You know,
the
don't
worst
trash
thing
the
ever
golf
is you have
course.
a box of 12 beers and now you're rummaging in the parking lot, pulling beers out, stuffing them in your bag. You know what I mean. It's a disaster. And you have 12 beers. Here you have 4 beers, but you have shots as well. So it balances out.
Exactly.
A shot and a beer and a cigar.
That's it.
Like what? That's beautiful.
Yeah.
It's absolutely marvelous.
So convenient.
It's a great packaging. Your friends are going to go, wow. Like, wow. I mean, if somebody showed up with that, I'd be like, wow.
That's pretty impressive, though.
No, I would love it. I've seen everything, and I, go everywhere and see everything. And this is great because this is exactly what is missing from what we do. And I'm telling you, any guy that's ever, or lady that's ever been to play golf, you show up with that 12 pack and you go, oh boy, here comes the rummaging. And then you have no ice.
Yeah.
And then you got 6 cold beers, 3 medium beers, and 3 warm beers. And you're going
3 beers from last Sunday.
Yeah, all shook up.
Yeah.
So this is a brilliant idea. This is so convenient. And all you have to do is show up at the liquor store. They're ready to go. They're cold. Take it to your car. Get to the course. You're on time. Everything's dialed. Stick this thing right in the back of the cart. Nobody's going to say anything. They're going to think it's your lunch. It's a wrap.
Yeah.
Now, let's open it up. Let's start with Freeway liquor,
Grab
which
it.
is on your side. Grab it like a rabbit.
This one's Freeway. This is for the kids. You're forced some at home.
That's right. This is Freeway liquor. So you can pick these up at San Dimas Liquor or Freeway Liquor, which we already told you.
Absolutely. Both of them.
Both of them. And they're ready to go as of the time that this video comes out?
Hope so, yeah. I'm still assembling them.
Let's do like an initiation date. So like today's 11/10. So let's do like next weekend?
Oh, way before next week.
Way before?
Yeah.
11/15?
Sure.
Okay,
We'll let
so
you know
starting
for sure.
November 15th, there's going to be at least some ready to go. And you'll see it promoted on the Tropicana page. You'll see it on Nate's page. I want you to remember to go do this because it really is convenient. Your friends are going to love it. You're going to look prepared like, hey, man, this guy showed up.
And if you don't golf, that's fine. You can just be craving for 4 drinks and 4 shots and 4 cigars.
Because it's a good deal
or whatever.
anyway.
Like whenever you're just hanging out, you're going to play.
It's like,
cards.
you know what it's like? It's like the adult Lunchable.
Exactly.
It's like everything's
Exactly.
there. Like you want pizza? Bro, I got you. It's like a cracker and tomato sauce. Like, boom. And then you put those little fake little pepperonis on it and a juice box.
Yeah.
Bam.
Yeah.
That's what this is. This is an adult Lunchable. It's marvelous. All right, why don't you go ahead and open it up? Let's see what we got going on here.
I'm going to set this.
Yeah, set it just like that. Where's that drummer? Damn it.
Still sleeping.
They're always late. Okay, very convenient.
So this is the first 4-pack we're doing.
Okay.
And we went with Stone Buenaveza. And these
Stone
are
Buena Vista. So this is
18-ounce cans, too.
oh, real? This is huge.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
This is a lager.
this is a Mexican lager with
A lager
real lime and real
salt.
sea salt.
Wow.
And these are, honest to God, one
And
of my
it's
favorite
cold.
beers.
And it's a 19-ounce beer, 1 pint. That's what these guys are always talking about, 1 pint.
It's a little more than a pint.
Well, it says 1 pint. Oh,
1 pint plus.
1.3.2. So you got 4 beers ready to go, and they're cold dialed. Okay. I like that.
Got 4 shots of Tito's.
Okay. So a little vodka.
Because when you're taking vodka shots, nothing better than a nice
Yeah.
lemon, salty beer after,
I'm with it. So you have 4 beers and 4 shots of tequila. I'm sorry, vodka.
Tito's vodka.
Tito's. Perfect. And these are cold too.
Yeah.
Wow. So the whole package
The
is
whole
cold.
package.
Wow.
And then this is...
Well, why don't you hold the microphone and explain it? What it is.
And then don't forget, you got 4 cigars.
I love it. So the 4 cigars are coming with, like, look at this. There's ball markers.
Well, yeah, we didn't start, yeah.
Ball markers and teas
From who?
from Tito's.
From Tito's
So
vodka.
Tito's is sponsoring that. That's great. You can see there's a ball marker. So
take 'em out.
you get a tchotchke to go along with it, which is convenient. Now your buddies or your girlfriends have a pack of teas.
Pack of teas.
That's great. Here's the teas. You got the 2-inch vodka, Tito's vodka teas.
We got 4 markers.
4 ball markers. Marvelous. I love it. So these are wood limited edition Tito's handmade vodka ball markers for all of you that hit balls on the green. Just a couple of you out there. But now you have a mark. That's awesome. And the cigars.
Cigars.
And the cigars looks
These
like
are great.
Let's see.
Go ahead.
It is a Factory Smokes premium handmade by Drew Estate.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Drew Estate, they are probably one of the biggest and best cigars.
Bellicoso. This is a sweet cigar. Let me tell you. So there's various cigars for those of you that know. This is just redundant, but
How many you have here?
4 cigars in the 4-pack. There are cigars that are meant to be smoked in different environments. Okay. And, you know, there's cigars that are meant to burn at different temperatures and at different intensities and for different lengths of time. On the golf course, it is very unpredictable what you're going to have. Meaning, is it going to be windy? Are you going to be waiting a long time? Are you going to drop it on the floor? Like, you're not going to take a $70 cigar to the golf course.
No.
A $70, $80, even a $40 cigar is to be enjoyed, watch this, indoors, number one, and in an environment where it is slow burning and you can really get the aroma and the smell.
You need the right setting and environment.
Exactly. So it burns at a certain consistency and the room fills up with that same aroma, and then you can inhale it and taste it, and it's like a whole thing.
Yeah.
It's like drinking wine. Like wine on the golf course would be a disaster.
Yeah.
Because you can't enjoy it. Now, when you have a cigar like this plays into golf because it's a practical cigar for the golf course. You can smoke it at your pace, and you don't have to worry about, is it windy? Is it this? Is it that? Like, I'm going to be hitting, and then I got to put it down, and then I got like, this is what they call kind of like a durable cigar. Okay. This is something that you can use everywhere. Like, you can smoke this indoors, but you can also smoke this outdoors.
I think you're going to like that cigar.
Well, I think we're going to light it. We're going to have this beer, and we're going to take a shot. So let's light this up.
Let's do our thing.
So once again, this is going to be available at San Dimas Liquor and Freeway Liquor starting November 15th, Nate. I want you to go. I want you to pick it up. And here's the kicker.
If I get them done early, I'll let you guys know.
If you are a Tropicana Players Club member, Nate is going to give you a discount on this. And Nate, can we tell, do we know what the package price for the 4-pack is?
I'm ready if you are.
I'm ready.
Okay, so this specific 4-pack
Yes.
is only $49.99.
Okay, that's awesome.
$50, get all that stuff. I mean, that's less than $15 a person.
I'll tell you what, these
So-
beers on the golf course are between $8 and $10.
Easily. Yeah.
Easy.
Yeah.
So here's $40 right here.
Pretty much.
On the golf course, this is $40. You all know that. When you get a 12-ounce Miller, what do they call it?
Light?
Miller Lite, those are $6. Okay.
Yeah.
So something like this, a premium.
And those are 12 ounces too.
Yeah. This is a bigger beer.
19 ounces.
This is 8, probably close to 10. This is $10 on the golf course.
Yeah.
You have $40
That's a
right
premium beer.
here. These are $7.
Yeah.
So now we're talking 28 plus 40. Forget about this. You buy any cigar in a pro shop, it's $35. I don't care if it's half smoked. It's $35.
Yeah.
So we're talking
It's a
$35 each
great
cigar,
value.
plus the beer, plus the vodka, plus the tchotchkes of the ball markers and the teas, everything for $50, which is essentially half price, maybe even
I would
less than
say
half.
more. I would even say, and you know what? Like I said, the big bonus, especially if you're a Tropicana member, we're knocking 10% off immediately just for you guys.
There you go.
As a token of appreciation.
That's amazing.
And thank
you.
you guys for being awesome.
Thank you for doing this.
Hey,
So we have, like I said, let's say these are $25. Okay.
Drew Estates, man.
Okay. Let's
They're
say this is a $25 cigar. I'm going to bring it down because, well, first of all, nothing's less than $25 at a golf course. I don't know if you've been to one lately, but a $25 cigar at a golf course is the standard.
And they're crunchy.
And there's, because they don't
They
do
don't
it
take
right.
care of it.
So there's 4 of these. So if my math is correct, that's $100
And just these.
in just the cigars at the golf course, plus the beer, plus the vodka. I mean, it doesn't take a rocket scientist, Nate, to figure out that you're giving these guys a great deal. And if you're a member, you get even a 10% on top of that. So thank you for doing this because
Thank you.
because this is what we need. Honestly, this is what we've been trying to figure out how to get to the golf course, a full package. You want to do that? Oh, thank you, sir. How to get it to the golf course. Oh, this is sweet. Nice. Oh my God. It's like, wow.
They're not flavored. They're sweet.
They're just sweet.
Yeah.
Oh man, this is perfect. This is the actual perfect golf cigar. Excuse me. Tell them a joke, mate.
Yeah. Drew Estate is probably one of the biggest premium cigar makers in the country. And they've done so many good deeds for the cigar industry. They're incredible, and they really deserve the support.
This is a great encore cigar. Come on. Thank you.
Yeah, do your thing.
So anyway, the whole package deal at that price is absolutely marvelous. And you know, I'm not one to blow smoke up anybody's nostril, but get it?
Yeah.
But this really is a package that I see people coming. It's so simple. Like if you go to a supermarket to buy this, because everybody does this, you got to stop and get booze before you go play golf. Like that's just a thing. We all know that, and we all do it. But like, what are you going to do? You're going to buy one of those 750 milliliter bottles and then try to stick that in your bag?
See what your score is going to be.
Exactly. And then like, what do? You got to bring cups. You got to bring ice. And then it's leaking all over the place. Like it's a disaster. This is cold. You get there, you finish the beer in the first couple holes. Then you take a shot and then you mellow out with a cigar. Like that's the perfect recipe, you know? Or maybe you save the shot for the back nine and then, you know, you get this going on the third or
All
fourth
you gotta
hole.
do shot first, then beer.
I mean, there's a million possibilities. This is really good. This is like,
It's pretty delicious, huh?
it's delicious.
Mhm.
It's a delicious cigar. And I think on the golf course, it's flavorful, you know, like
Yeah.
it gives you a little bit of like, hey, you're not burning down the house with some, you know, burnt chocolate
Yeah.
concoction. Like
you
this
don't want
is good.
you don't want to play 18 holes with your mouth tasting like ass.
Wow.
This actually tastes good.
It tastes good. It's enjoyable. And it's got a good burn already. So anyway, guys, listen, here's the point of this story. We decided let's do something in collaboration. Nate's a great guy. Tropicana is looking for something like this. Nate made it happen. Let's get over there. Let's get these 4-packs going. I think that you'll really enjoy what we have in here. And I think that it's a benefit to you. It's going to save you time. It's going to save you a ton of money. And if your buddies want to throw in, you know, maybe you buy one time, maybe your buddies buy one. Maybe everybody throws in 15 bucks.
Even if two guys go half on it,
Yeah.
20, 25 bucks is a no-brainer.
It's 100% cheaper,
Yeah.
literally 100% cheaper than buying it at the golf course. And all it takes is one trip. And the good part is they come in these bags. So you buy a couple bags and you leave them in the fridge.
But support your golf course too. Take a break after the first 9. Buy yourself a cocktail and a turkey club sandwich. I can't fit all that stuff in the bag.
Next up.
Definitely.
But yeah, I mean, you could buy something at the turn for sure, but save yourself a little coin in the purse.
I mean, life is already expensive, and
Life is extremely expensive. You're
trying
paying
to enjoy this
$70
life.
for a tea time anyway. But I can see this going really, really well. Somebody comes in on a Friday afternoon, buys it for their weekend round, puts it in the fridge, nice and cold. You get to the course, bam, hey, guess what, guys? Look what I brought.
Dude, I'll buy this on the way to Home Depot. Make that trip a good time.
Just drink it in the parking lot.
Yeah. Hey, where's the hammers?
A little shot on aisle 15.
We're
So
shy.
I think you did well, Nate. I think people are really going to love this thing. I think
No,
that
Thank you, man.
the
Thanks for allowing us.
the mix is good. You know, you have a little bit of everything. I think the cigar is a great touch, And listen, if you're not a cigar guy, give it to the next guy because the next guy is a cigar guy, and he would love to have 2 cigars.
But this is such a friendly, approachable
It is.
cigar.
It is 100%. Like this is the non-cigar smokers.
Even if
cigar.
you don't enjoy smoking cigars, this is enjoyable. You know, it really is.
It really is. And like I said, it's something that's good for golf. Meaning, it's not one of those that I explained earlier where it's like you got to be indoors, you got to have it at this temperature, it has to burn at this consistency, you got to be surrounded by X, Y, and Z, and the humidity in the room's got to be 0.69 degrees or whatever it is. But it's flexible, and I think that this being an outdoor cigar and an outdoor game, it's a perfect thing. Are we going to try this beer?
We're gonna do a shot first.
Oh boy, here we go. There we go. Is this a drinking show now? A shot first?
Yeah.
I like that the Tito's is cold. Thank you, Tito's.
Go ahead and crack your whiskey open.
Oh, we have to open it first?
Oh yeah. I mean, you gotta wash it down. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I'm not. I mean, I can drink it without washing it
I
down.
gotta teach you stuff.
Salud, my friend. I like that it's cold. A cold vodka shot goes a long way. Cheers,
Cheers, brother.
Salud.
Cheers, everybody.
Salud. Mm. I don't even drink vodka, but that was smooth because it's cold. Cheers.
Chin done.
I've never tried this. Stone Buenavesa, salt and lime. Okay, hold on. I got to do it again because now I got the.
Okay, fine. Do it again.
No, hold on.
Oh,
I got the vodka in my mouth real quick. So let me wash it out with this.
you want to go for a walk real quick?
Let me clear the palate. And let me give it a real honest. Lager with salt and lime. It's good. You know what it tastes like? It tastes like a Modelo,
That
right?
has what in it?
Salt and lime.
That's what a Mexican lager is, brother.
It tastes just like a Modelo. Are you sure this is not Modelo?
100%.
Stone Gargoyle at Live Buena. So this is Buenavesa is just like a side brand of Stone?
No, it's Stone Brewing Company. Buenavesa is just the name of the beer.
Oh, I see. So they made like a label of Mexican lagers.
Well, that's just the name of their Mexican lager.
What is Stone?
Every style beer they make, they have a name for it.
But Stone only makes IPAs, no?
No, they make all kinds of stuff.
Who makes 805? 805.
Firestone.
Is Stone and 805 related?
No, 805. They're made from Firestone out of what is that?
El Cajon.
No.
Oh, Central California.
Yeah, it's,
I drove by there.
Paso Robles.
Mm-hmm.
That's where they're from.
I went to play Pacific Grove and Pasatiempo a couple years ago, and we drove right by. What did we drive by? 805, right?
Yeah.
I don't understand. I thought 805 was like Oxnard.
Ventura County has 805 as an area code.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Cares.
It's delicious.
It is. So this is Stone.
This is Stone Brewing Company.
Is
out
Stone
of,
San Diego?
yeah, Escondido.
Oh, okay. Now this is all starting to make sense. You're the big beer guy. I don't know about what is your like besides this? Like what is your best seller in the store? Like
What style beer or what brand?
what actual beer sells best at your location? Like what do you sell the most
So
of?
right now, Modelo is, they call him the new king of beers.
What happened?
They've dethroned Bud Light.
Okay, but what happened to Corona? Wasn't Corona like the king?
What do you mean? What happened to Corona?
Well, I don't
You
know.
what happened to Corona?
What happened?
Coronavirus.
Oh, that's right. I feel like that
I
must
don't know.
that must have played a part. I bet you it did play a part. A lot of
Dude.
people.
I had so many empty doors during that shit show, and I tell you what, the one door I had beer in was the Corona door. Nobody wanted to touch that shit during COVID.
You think that they thought like there's a?
I don't know.
Are people really that soft to think that
I think we all kind of lost our marbles a little bit in those days.
Corona used to be the king, right? Like that was the big Mexican beer.
You know, Corona, if I'm not mistaken, means crown in Spanish.
Right.
So they were the king of imported beers for the longest time. you know. But here in the States, you know, it's always been Budweiser.
So Budweiser and Bud Light are no longer the king of beers. Modelo used to be.
I think they'll be back very soon and very strong, stronger than ever.
Modelo, I know from like my buddy Big C, like his family drank Modelo and what's the other one? Modelo.
Heineken.
No.
Heineken was
What's the other Modelo?
what,
Negra? Modelo Negra.
The amber one.
So Modelo and Modelo Negra were his things.
Mm-hmm.
And Bohemia.
Mm-hmm.
Is that the same family?
Yeah.
And that's what they drank. So I saw it only at his house. Like I would never see it anywhere else. And then all of a sudden, like, you know, white kids are drinking Modelo. And I'm like, wait a minute, when did this happen? And Bud Light, I mean, look, Bud Light used to be, let's keep it real. Like Bud Light was the Mexican beer. Like Mexican demographic loved Bud Light.
There's a reason for that.
Why?
They supported Budweiser.
Okay.
Because I could be mistaken, but I believe Miller and Coors turned down Hispanics for workers. And I think Budweiser welcomed the Hispanic workers to their company. And so that's why they got behind Budweiser and supported them, because they gave them opportunity and employment here in the States.
Yeah, I mean, I attended all kinds of events and parties and this and the other with all of our Latino family, and it was always Bud Light.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that was the deal. And then all of a sudden, the shift happened, and now it's Modelo everywhere.
Yeah.
It's crazy how, like, it just upside down.
And you know what? It's not even like it's Modelo Light. It's full body Modelo lager.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And Modelo is more expensive than Bud Light, right? Wasn't Bud Light like super cheap?
Beer.
Yeah.
Imported beer.
So now they're paying more for
Mm-hmm.
Modelo.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's clearly a better beer. Like Bud Light to me is trash. You know, I'm a Miller
I wouldn't
High
call
Life
it
guy.
trash.
It's trash.
I wouldn't call it trash.
My favorite beer ever is Miller High Life. Like
Sure.
that's my beer.
A
And
lot of flavor.
that PBR, like I love that shit, right?
Yeah.
I just had a 24 ounce of PBR the other day and I was like, wow, this is great. But I would never, ever, ever take a Bud Light. Like ever. Maybe a Bud Ice. Remember Bud Ice?
Oh yeah. Do you have you ever made a Michi with a Bud Light?
Yeah, all the time. That's what we
used
used to use. We used to use Bud Light only.
with Michis.
Yeah, because it was light
It was
enough.
lighter, and you can you know
You
go
can control
quantity.
it. Yeah, you can control it. You can taste the flavor of the michelada,
Sure.
and it's not overpowering
Yeah.
beer. I think now it's changed to Modelo, and now it's like a strong michelada.
It's like Modelo, and Ultra, Michelob Ultra
Yes,
go great with micheladas too.
but
Because you know,
Michelob Ultra is now taking the place of Bud Light, kind of.
you know they're owned by the same family.
I don't know any of that. But I do see a lot of people drinking Michelob Ultra where 10 years ago, you would never
It's
see
brand
it.
new. I don't even think it was around 10, 15 years ago.
Do you think that the seltzer game is something that's going to continue? Or is that tapped?
I think it's here to stay, but I don't think you're going to have so many different varieties of seltzers. It's just got, I mean, it's such a new product. It's a new category, and already, like 2 years later, there's no more room in the store for any new seltzers. You know, that bubble has kind of popped.
What's the main seltzer that's selling right now?
Oh, the big three is going to be, you know, White Claw, Truly, and Happy Dads. You know, everything else is like, come on, guys, this ain't for
They
you.
just
Stay in
jumped
your
on
lane. Yeah, it
So
was
it's
a
just
big
those
cash
three.
grab.
And those three are continuing to sell?
Yeah, they are, but it's not flying off the shelves like they used to.
Okay.
You know, and plus we really didn't get warm weather this year. If you think about it, it rained for like 6
Well,
months.
what about everywhere else, though? I mean, like, are they drinking seltzers in the Midwest, or are these kids still drinking beer?
I don't know. Ask Billy. I have no idea.
I just feel like beer was king, and has beer lost its throne?
I started drinking seltzers
Yeah.
because I really enjoy carbonation.
Okay.
You know what I mean? There's nothing better than drinking a bunch of beer and having those good solid burps, you feel light.
Yeah.
You know, you drink too much beer is like overeating.
Yeah, it's
you
terrible.
kind of feel like shit.
You're heavy.
You feel heavy, you feel bloated, and blah blah blah.
Right.
You know, you have a handful of seltzers and you're burping, and you actually feel good.
See, the thing about seltzers to me is they have all these funky flavors, and yeah, I get it. They're matte, it's different. But to me, I don't taste any of the flavor. I just taste like Sprite with no sugar. That's every single seltzer to me.
Well, it's like Perrier. You remember Perrier?
Yeah, it's disgusting.
I love Perrier.
I hate Perrier.
Well, I drink a lot of sparkling water.
I hate sparkling water.
Do you remember clearly Canadian?
Yeah,
Those
didn't it have little
flavored-
balls in it?
Yeah. No.
What was
Yeah.
that? Remember, it had like these little floating
Put it that way.
balls.
That's like the non-alcoholic hard seltzer. What we're drinking.
I don't like any of that stuff. If I'm gonna have a carbonation clear drink, give me a Sprite. Like that's the.
Sugar though, bro. That's the thing. These seltzer drinks are not that.
Are they though? Is it that much better? I know, I get it. You get like a buzz, but you got to drink 1,000 of them, right? Don't you have to drink 1,000 seltzers? Like this thing, I'm going to drink this one. I'm going to feel pretty good with just one shot and one of these, and I'm good.
Oh, wait till we get to the other ones.
Oh Jesus, we're going to get through the whole thing.
Of course. Maybe
Wow.
your kids' bag too.
My kids need lunch. So what you're saying is that beer is still king, or no?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Do you sell more beer than you sell seltzer?
I do. But like I said, seltzers did take away from the volume of beers. That's for sure. And they actually did put a pretty decent ass whoop into the craft beers as well.
They did. Remember
Oh,
when
yeah.
craft beers were like the thing?
Yeah, they were dominant, and just like everything else, once there's too many of them, I mean,
You don't know where to
how
go.
much? It's just there's just too much to offer.
There's
You know
too
what I mean?
much. There's too much variation. It's like going to Cheesecake Factory. You ever been to Cheesecake Factory?
Yeah.
They hand you this thesaurus of stuff, and you're like, I don't know. Do I want prime rib at Cheesecake Factory, or do I want nachos? Like, you go to In-N-Out, and you're like, what am I getting? A hamburger or a cheeseburger?
That's it.
That's it.
Yeah.
Or maybe I eat a grilled cheese sandwich or whatever they, like the no meat thing.
Yeah.
But when you have so many different options, your mind just goes, I don't want any of this.
It actually confuses the consumer.
It's totally confusing.
And not only that, you brought up a good point when back in like the golden days,
The
there
golden days.
there used to be brand loyalty. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
yeah. Oh,
Throw
yeah.
that out the window.
Yeah.
Nobody's loyal to any specific brand. I mean, honest to God, like the only brand loyals, you have what? Budweiser drinker is always going to drink Budweiser.
Yeah.
The Coors is always going to drink Coors.
You're right.
Model's- You know what I'm saying? Now in craft beer, everybody just wants to have one.
And you got to try a bunch of different
gotta-
stuff. It's a disaster.
But to their defense, I mean, dude, you got some 4-packs are $35, $40 for 4 beers. So, I mean, it's got a little kooky and out of control.
Is that still happening? Like, remember the brewery, like, boom?
Yeah.
Is that still a thing? Are people still going to
People are
breweries?
still going to breweries.
Like they would get like, oh, I got a 10% triple IPA, triple hop, whatever the.
I don't know. I still go to breweries,
Yeah.
but not as much as I used to.
Yeah, I don't think anybody does.
But I like I said, I miss the ambiance of having a nice cold beer at the brewery, seeing the locals, hanging out with my friends. You
You have friends?
Yeah, man.
We're not gonna lie, Nate. Come on.
Yeah, man. I go places by myself, and there's always somebody there. You know what I mean? I mean, that was a
Could be the guy
beautiful thing.
standing outside asking for
Yeah.
money, but he's your friend.
Whatever. Dude, I'll have a beer with anybody as long as it's cold.
They that was a big boom, like the brewery IPA phase. Like everybody had their own beer, including yours truly. Like we got on that and we made Beer 19, and we wanted a beer for the golf course. And
You're gonna hate me when I tell you this. Well, you're not gonna hate me. I didn't do it. But you remember when we were actually in talks with these guys? I don't know if you remember. And I was actually pitching this style of beer for Beer 19.
yeah, it was good. But here's the problem.
But here's the problem. They made Buena Vesa. That wasn't around. That wasn't around then. But
the golf
I
course.
think they kept our idea recipe for themselves.
Here's the deal: the golf course cocktail drink situation is very, how do I say it? Like, you got to be very specific, because the first two beers are great, but then things get weird. Like, is this getting warm? And there's nothing worse than being outdoors in an 88-degree day in the middle of the sun drinking warm beer.
Yeah.
I hate that. And then now you're dehydrated. You're on the 13th hole and your head is pounding. You're like, what? You need cold. And it's hard to keep shit cold on the golf course.
Especially in
Bottom line.
like Indian Wells when it's like 115.
Well, that's,
At
that's
11 in the morning.
ludicrous. That's the desert and it's hot. But even around here, and even in the winter when it's like, 65 degrees, guess what? The beer still gets warm. It loses the chill. So like, you can't have a lot of beers on the golf course. It just doesn't work well unless you bring ice, and then you got to like do that whole move. There's got to be something that's like, how do I maintain a cool level without having to bring 25 drinks? That's why I think this is so good, because it gives you different options.
Yeah.
And it's just like, boom, one bag, done. Like, I love that. I don't want to have to like think about, oh boy, now I got to get this, or I got to pick this up, and I got to get ice, I got to get a hand, I got to get cups. Oh, I'd rather not drink. It's too much work.
Yeah.
So
You shouldn't have to think that much.
Just to have a good time, like, and then you could buy it there, but sometimes the cart girl's not around, and that's a whole deal too, with the cart girls, and we all know it, like it's all the schmooze thing, and she sucks you down for another $25.
Huh? That's all?
For another $25. It's like, just make it a 6-pack. And you're like, all right, cool. I'll make it a 6-pack.
I bought a bucket of beers. I'm not going to say where.
Yeah.
And it was like, it wasn't even a 6-pack. It was like 5 beers and 5 this.
So it's usually 5 beers and they throw in one.
$30.
No, now it's 40.
Whoa.
So now what they do is that you buy 5, you get the 6th one free.
Could you imagine 5 beers?
So it's
Look
40
at all
bucks.
this shit you guys get.
I know. So usually now it's buy 5, get 1 free. Like, that's the deal that everybody has. And it's $40 plus tip. Now you're talking $50 for 6 beers.
I'll give you the tip.
Oh boy.
Oh.
So it's $50 for 6 beers. The first 2 are great. And now 4 holes later, you're like, oh my God, I got it. And they're, they sit in
do you need more than this?
No. You don't.
You don't want to get sloppy on the course.
No.
You're going to drive the car, and you still want to.
And you didn't pay $112 on a Saturday morning to get shit-faced and shoot 125. Like, you still want to play well. Like, I believe. There's some people that go out there just to drink, and that's fine. But like most of us, you go and you play, and you want to play well so that you go home and you go, hey, I played, okay
You
today.
still got to drive home.
Yeah, that's another thing. A lot of guys drinking a little too much and driving home. Like, you got to calm that down. That's why this, like I said, is a perfect blend. You drink this on the front 9, you're coasting on the back 9. Just a cigar,
Oh, yeah.
and you're just,
You feel good. You feel loosey-goosey.
yeah.
You can
It's
swing
just
better.
enough.
Yeah.
It's just enough. You're not a slop house, and you've taken it while it's cold, and you didn't have to work for it.
Oh, it's simple.
I love it.
Simple.
So anyway, Nate, I think you've done a great job, my friend.
We did a great job.
Well, I mean, you really put it all together. I just kind of threw a pitch out there, but I think this is something that's going to really be something that golfers go to. And it's cool because, now we have this like full on brand with the tees and the markers. It's just something extra, like you can give your buddy one and be like, hey, look, we got tees and ball markers, and it's just an experience. It's like you're going to Disneyland and getting a Mickey Mouse hat. You know what I mean? Like, you have something to remember the day by. Like, your buddies were out there, you had a good time, you had some drinks, and now you can take this home and, remember it by.
Yeah.
And I think it's important. So just bring a lighter so you can light your cigars and do it well. And as you know, get them at San Dimas Liquor on Valley Center and Arrow
Say
Highway.
Arrow Highway and Valley Center.
Arrow Highway
It
and
just comes out the
Arrow
tongue better.
Highway and Valley Center, and or Freeway Liquor on Vincent and the 10 Freeway.
Perfect.
Wow, see, I'm good. We're gonna work on that.
And always get cleaned up at Tropicana Golf Club and Barbershop.
Did you know that?
Right off of Route 66, right before Legends.
So I got an email the other day from Google that said, "Did you enjoy your experience at Tropicana Golf Club and Barbershop?" And for some reason, because it says bar, it thinks it's a bar,
That's not why, sir.
and it says, "Did you try the mozzarella sticks?" I go, well, what do you think I said? Yes. And I
5
said
stars.
they were delicious.
Yep. I get these questions from Google and goes, did Tropicana Golf Club and Barbershop have open salad buffet? And it's yes or no. And I put yes.
Of course.
And, yeah. And I think you got one of those good for you restaurant stickers for getting great reviews.
What if we got, so, you know,
Should be a Michelin star barbershop in
I was
here.
going to
man.
say that. What if we got a Michelin
That'd be
5-star and
amazing.
barbershop of the year all in one? I get those
possible.
questions all the time. Did you enjoy the mozzarella steak?
Does this place serve shrimp cocktail? Yes. It's
Bet
always
your
yes.
ass it does.
Was there a way to get in? Yes.
Was it worth it? Of course.
Is it on the 3rd floor? Yes, it's on the 3rd floor.
They're so off. They just see the word bar, I guess. I don't know where they come up with this.
I don't know. I don't even know why they keep sending it to me.
I don't either. Like, I don't even know. Like, I don't even get it. Like, don't they understand? They're sending it to the email that's on Google. Like, it's the Tropicana Golf Club at gmail.com.
Yeah.
And I get it at that email, and it says,
Are baby seats available when you arrive there? Did they have?
was the hostess presentable? You bet your sweet ass he was.
He was.
Is hostess female? Yeah, because I guess
Yeah.
hostess,
Because
I don't know.
masculine is host.
and hostess,
Hostess is for the S.
the extra S. Well, anyway, Nate, like I said, I think you did a great job, buddy. And this is getting better and better. And this is really a
It still
cigar.
tastes like when you first lit it, don't it?
It does. I need to relight it actually because I've been. What did you do with this lighter?
I didn't do anything.
I don't know. We're gonna try it again. But like I said, this is really a cigar that you want on the golf course because it's flavor. Is it out?
I think. Go talk.
It's flavorful. It burns at a consistency that is good for an outdoor cigar. You're not going to be like, well, you know, I wasted a $80 cigar because I had to putt and put it on the green. I don't
Dude, it
understand.
just worked.
There.
you go.
I can still taste it. What a drinking episode. Drinking and smoking on a Friday night.
What else would we be doing?
Well, we don't want to talk about
Hey,
that.
is your Christmas tree up yet?
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow? Dude, you're late.
Tomorrow's 11/11.
You are late.
I always put it up on 11/11.
Oh, yeah?
What are you, new?
By the way, happy Veterans Day.
Same to you.
Thank you.
for your...
Vets out there, thank you for
you.
your service. We appreciate the freedom.
You're not wrong.
No, dude, they give us our freedom.
You're right. The armed forces are the real deal.
Yeah.
That's why we're the greatest,
We
greatest
should
in the
thank
world.
them year round and not just on Veterans Day.
I know.
I do, at least.
I saw a lot of the guys in the club today. They take the day to celebrate, you know, and go play golf and really have a good time. Richie Mason, one of our guys, he's an ex-Marine. So
Hey.
is Zach Weber. I'm sure there's a lot more, but I know that these two
Shout
guys.
out. Guys, thank you for your service.
So Veterans Day, 11/11, I believe, is the birth date of the Marine Corps.
Yep.
But somehow
Semper Fi.
everybody got put into like
Mhm.
the armed forces.
Yeah.
Good.
You know, I would say we had a very safe childhood. You and I were from the same era.
Right.
And
Well, you're a lot older, but
so much more. Yes. But I mean, we had a great childhood because of a lot of us, men who served, men and women who served. So we didn't have to serve. We had a really good and safe
Yeah,
childhood.
imagine like my dad was drafted.
Was he?
Oh yeah, Air Force, Vietnam.
Wow.
Like that's a crazy scenario. Like, hey dude, get in the bus. You're going to Vietnam. What?
Wow.
What? So, but that, you know what that is? That's straight balls.
What a generation,
Just get in and just go. Like now you couldn't do that now. No chance. There'd be riots everywhere. Like there's nobody that has the testicular fortitude to be like, yeah, I'm going to go and I'm going to do my duty and I'm going to kick ass and whatever.
They were proud to do it.
There was a lot of.
There was guys that signed up that didn't even get drafted. They signed up. They wanted to serve. And
do you remember? This is way off topic, but I bet you do remember this. Grand Avenue and Foothill, AM PM.
Yeah.
Green
hot dogs.
Do you remember the guy that used to work in there? Boss?
No, I don't remember the.
You don't remember him? Bill O'Hagan. Bill O'Hagan had white, slicked back hair. And he was of that era. You don't remember him?
I don't know. I don't remember any employees. I know the place.
Well, he was somebody that was so extraordinary that I remember him. And I would go there and hang out with Bill. Like that's
at AMPM?
Yes.
Okay.
He worked there. And Bill was so I would assume that Bill has passed away from now, but Bill smoked about 6 packs of Pall Mall unfiltered cigarettes
he's
per
one
night.
Of those.
He was a shit kicking MFer. Like he was a badass. And I would go in there and I was 18, 19, 20. Myself, Big C, Dan Cardona. Like that was our Friday and Saturday night adventure. We would go talk his boss because everybody that walked in, what's up, boss? What's up, boss? And he would tell us stories of that era. And they were so incredible that I needed more. I needed to hear more. Like, for example, talking about Vietnam. He says, they drafted me for Vietnam, boss, but they didn't want to win that war. I go, what do you mean? He goes, well, I signed up. I went straight to the front of the line. I said, hey, what are these guys doing here? You want to win this war? Take me. And they said, well, you got to pass a test and you got to do all that. He goes, I don't need any of that. Grab 2 of those guys. Let's go. Me and them 2, and we'll win the war. I go, you told him that? He goes, yeah. I walked straight to the front of the line. I said, that guy, and I only need them to hold my ammunition. Wow. And he goes, they told me to get the hell out of there. They didn't want to win that war, boss. He was that guy. And then, boss, like I'd come up with all these scenarios for him. Boss, did you ever play sports in high school? He goes, yeah, football, 1 game. I go, why only 1 game? He goes, I had to work. I go, what happened in the game? He goes, oh, it was easy. They just gave me the ball. Touchdown every time I touched the ball. I go, really? He goes, yeah. It was so far. I go, how about anything else? He goes, I played baseball 1 time. He goes, too easy. Home run every single time.
Wow.
I go, really? You were that good? He goes, it was too easy. I was a grown man. And so like I'd pick stories, pick. Like, boss, tell me about your dating life in high school. He goes, went on 1 date. I was working at a filling station every single night. He goes, I slept 3 hours in high school. He goes, I had to pay my friend John $20 to take my girlfriend to prom. He said he slept 3 hours his entire high school. It was like that. It was over the top, just ridiculous.
It's a rare generation.
He goes, the day I turned 21, I took my friend to Las Vegas. He goes, we drove up there 8 o'clock at night, got there at midnight. He goes, I put $1,000 on black. Picked up my money, said, John, get in the car, we're going home. I go, that's all you did? He goes, that's all I went to do.
Wow.
And then he goes, I'm driving home. He goes, I'm going. He had a 1967 Lincoln Continental. He goes, I got to the 15 freeway, at the top of the 15 freeway, coming downhill. He says, I had all my tools in the back. He goes, I was going 200 miles an hour
We gotta
downhill.
find this guy.
He was right there at the liquor store. And I go, he goes, my friend John is asleep because it's 4 a.m. And he just comes up and wakes up, looks around. He goes, the light post, I was going so fast that the light post looked like a picket fence. John wakes up and goes, what the hell was that, Bill? He goes, that was Barstow, boss. So I text my friend Chris all the time. I go, that was Barstow, boss. And it was just stuff like that. But he was of that generation that, like, it was just badass. I would go in there and he would tell me, you just missed it, Jimmy. I go, what happened? He goes, just had a armed robbery. I go, what'd you do? He goes, same thing I always do. I go, what's that? He goes, he walked through the door. I saw that he had a gun. I said, you freeze. He had always had a towel that he was cleaning. Mm-hmm. He goes, I grabbed the towel. I threw it at him. I hit him so hard, it knocked him over. Knocked him over. It wasn't Chuck Norris? Knocked him over, knocked the gun out of his hand. I went over there. I picked up the gun. I pointed at his face, and I said, you ever come here again, it'll be the last thing you ever do. Now get the hell out of here. And there were certain points that I was like, this is bullshit. And then stuff would happen, and I would see it, and I'd go, maybe he's not bullshitting. Because it was midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning, and guys would come in homeless, like just people.
In North Glendora?
Yeah, it was a weird scene. They'd come in and they would get Slurpee cups. Uh-huh. And they would try to take the Slurpee cup, fill it with soda, and walk out. And Bill would walk over to him, wait till he finished. I've seen this with my own eyes. Wait till he finished filling the Slurpee up with soda, take the Slurpee out of his hand, just dump it on his head. Get the hell out of here. And I'd go, holy shit. Jeez. Maybe it's real.
I hope he's alive. I want to find that
I don't know. He was, 70 years old at that point. Just a badass. Badass. And if you're from this area and you've ever been in that era, this is 25 years ago.
Working with the public is you know what?
Bill O'Hagan.
Sure he can relate. You hear so many great stories from people, especially from that era. I mean, just a generation is just irreplaceable. You know what I mean?
Let me tell you one more and then we'll wrap this up.
Sure.
So there used to be a bar here in Covina.
Come on, man.
There used to be a bar in Covina, and Bill used to hang out at the bar.
Same dude.
Bill O'Hagan.
Yeah.
He said, on my 25th birthday, I went in with my friend and drank 100 beers. I told the waitress, here's my money, bring me 100 beers. First of all, no human could drink 100 beers in one night. Mm-hmm. But this is how he started the story. Sure. He goes, I went in, I put my money on the table. I said, bring me 100 beers. When this one gets to half, bring me another one. I'm going to drink 100 beers. He goes, that was the first time I ever drank. So, listen to this. It's just getting better. So he goes, I'm sitting there, and he goes, who walks in the door? Al Pacino. Comes, sits down right next to me. I said, hello, Al. He says, hello, Bill. He already knows him. And he goes, Al, why did you choose to sit down next to me? And he goes, because you look like somebody that wouldn't bug the shit out of me. He goes, you're right. And he goes, I finished my 100th beer. I shook his hand. I walked out. I drove home totally sober.
Jeez.
And we're sitting there going, what? They didn't want to win that war, boss. Every time I touch the ball, touchdown.
Wow, we got to find this guy.
Listen, we spent so many nights at AM/PM just listening to these stories. Like the story that I just told you would last 45 minutes. He would break it down And then people would come in. He'd be like, I'll be right back, boss. The cigarette would go out. Boom. Come back out. It was just like this move. Boom. He'd hit it. It was in his shirt pocket. White, long sleeve, every time. Hit the pack, catch it, flip one up, catch it, light it, boom. And he smoked at a gas station.
Yeah.
Like, that's the number one thing you're not supposed to do. He didn't care.
No.
It was awesome.
No. Wow.
Anyway, Nate, I appreciate your time and your ability to listen to these stories, because why not? You know, that's what we're here to do.
I hope to make great stories like this too, to tell these little youngsters one day.
You didn't want to win that war, boss. Listen, guys, go to San Dimas Liquor, Freeway Liquor, get yourself a 4-pack, get to the golf course, have a great time with your friends, enjoy yourselves. We're making it easier on you so you can have a better time. That's all this is. We're just facilitating.
Just another service from the Tropicana Golf Club family.
And Nate, I appreciate you.
My pleasure.
Thank you very much for watching. We will see you at Freeway Liquor, San Dimas Liquor, and remember the most important thing: play more golf.
That's right.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Bye-bye.
Good night, everybody.